camera going right now, just to let you know. But yeah, they, I don't know, I called this place and asked them about this thing. And he said, you know what? I think you got a unique project going on. I'm going to send you some stuff. So here it is.
Well, that's a good deal, man.
I mean, I'm surprised it got here so quick. I think it just went out Thursday.
Yeah.
From Oregon. I mean, that's...
Yeah, that's pretty quick. It usually takes about 3 days for anything.
Pretty fast.
Unless you're going from like New York to California or something like that.
I mean, it's not
Being
like...
in the middle of the United States, it makes it a little easier, you know?
Yeah.
All right, well,
Yeah.
good luck, man. Thanks.
All right, thank you. All right, guys. Well, here's my stuff. Have any idea what it is? I'm surprised it's here already. I think this is fresh off the powder coater, because he said he had to go over to the powder coater to check it out. You know what it is yet? It's nice. It's pretty simply packed. Hang on, let me sit you guys over here for a second. Put you guys over here. All right, you can kind of see what's going on. We definitely have shipping figured out. It's pretty simply packed, and I mean, it's not damaged or anything, so that's all right. It's got all kinds of stuff. Alright, this will tell you what it is. Oh, got a hole in the bag. Dropping stuff. Instructions included. I don't know if you can read that because I'm in the shop. I don't know about the lighting. Top crop weed wiper from Smucker Manufacturing. These guys are in Oregon. I called them. I've been looking at a couple weed wipers, because you guys see what I brush hog. I brush hog a lot of Johnson grass. So I called one guy, and he told me for a 10-foot 3-point, I had to have hydraulic hookup on the back, because it has a hydraulic motor on the back that spins a wheel backwards. And I think it's got carpet on it maybe. And the sprayers spray the wiper, and then it uplifts. It was like $7,000. Don't quote me, but it was like $7 grand, maybe $6 grand. It was expensive. So I found these guys. Actually, I had a couple subscribers kind of say something about them before, and I didn't really think anything of it. I wasn't really looking for a weed wiper at the time. And I reached out to him. I ended up, somehow I called and the owner answered the phone. I mean, literally, I think I got transferred one time. I just asked about the equipment, and I literally got the owner of the company. It was really nice. I wasn't sent into like a call center or anything like that. Literally, he even told me, it's like, well, we pick up the phone and it's got a cord on it. So I like that. But what? Oh, thought that was attached. Okay, nope, we have to attach it. We'll read the instructions. But it looks like that's probably going to go there if I had to guess. I don't know, maybe that go. We'll read the instructions. Let's see, what else do we got here? Got another boom there. There we go. Okay, we got. Okay, that's our middle part. Okay, that's our middle part. And then these are the two boom arms. So what we've got here is a 15-foot boom setup for a weed wiper. And then we've got all kinds of stuff in this goodie bag. Some of the stuff, well, we'll just show you all right now. So it comes with, and I'll put a link into the description, so you guys can go to their website. And you just saw me pull this right off. I've got my phone with me, but I'm not going to pull up specs. I don't remember how much hose we get. But if you look at the 15-foot kit, it comes with a certain amount of hose that you need. And we're going to set all this up. He sent me some extra brackets. He didn't know if I'd need them or not, to attach them to forks and whatnot. But there's some brackets there. Do not store sponges in direct sunlight. Okay, that's good to know. So here's the sponges. He told me they're pretty rock hard when you first get them. They are. They're pretty firm. This looks like it's got 1/4-inch line, and that's what that line hooks to. So these actually have, I would assume they have spray nozzles. I didn't actually ask him, but I would assume that there are spray nozzles inside there, or maybe there's just perforated hose. I didn't really ask him what actually was in there, but what you do is after you get this set up, every time before you use this, I know one of the most important things to do, you need to wet this sponge with a garden hose. You need to get it saturated and soft. So I know that's one of the main things he told me about, is make sure, I mean, besides reading the instructions, and we will read the instructions on this, but he said that he really thinks that he can do as good as that guy that told me $6,000 or $7,000 on his weed wiper. So we went ahead and got one of the weed wipers. It's a 15-footer, and we're going to make it fit the skid loader and the. You guys probably won't sit there. Maybe you will. All right. Well, there is it put together. So we've got 2 long bolts. I don't have them tight yet. One on each side, and then we've got a pin to where we can actually fold that up, or whatever. So, say you need to fold it up for transport or whatever you need to do, you can. You got plenty of detents there to detent it up. So that being said, I've got to get around this guy because that's where one of them are going to be mounted. And it's the center boom is probably, it's 15 foot. It's in 3 pieces. I would assume that's 4.5 or 5 feet is what it looks like. So I want my receiver tube on this side so I can fold this up, and I may actually fold it up and sit it on the back of the truck so it doesn't go down the road with the weight of the sprayer or something on it. I don't want to break anything, because you got to remember the weed wipers are going to sit down lower than that. So what I'm probably going to do is I'm probably going to fold it up. I don't think it's going to be incredibly heavy. Obviously, it's going to have glyphosate on it, so you don't want to handle it a whole bunch. So what I think I'm probably going to do is, especially since I've got a Kubota skid loader, I can get in and out with the boom up. But it'd be real easy just to pull the pin on my receiver tube and then go up and gently set that on the back of the truck and then slide right off of it with the spreader, or with the sprayer rather, because I've got a receiver tube in the back of the sprayer. So it'll be super easy to do that. I'm just trying to decide if I want to offset the boom, which is what I'm thinking about doing. Just run, let me grab this 2x2. I had a piece of 2x2 sitting in my scrap. What size is that? 1.5 inches? Yeah, that's nice. What I'm thinking about doing, I don't need it this long, but what I'm thinking about doing is offsetting that a little bit, because I really don't think in the tractor or the skid loader I'm not going to hate it if it offsets to one side just a little bit. And I mean, I could probably butt that right up against there, because all I need to do, or, you know, maybe not tight, but snug to where I've got enough room to put a hose clamp. You put a hose clamp on the top and the bottom of those risers, and then that way you can set your height with it, which this, I mean, I could probably put the T's all the way up to it. I'll probably give it a little bit of room to let the material kind of get around it. But I do want that to fold that way. I do not want it to fold to the machine because I don't have enough room. It'll hit the machine if I fold it backwards. So we're going to fold it that way. But I do like the fact that we've got good overlap. So there's going to be a sponge to here and a sponge to there, that bracket. So it's got pretty good coverage. Got a little bit of overlap. All right, well, I've got it all jigged up with the fireball tool. I don't remember, it's the magic square or something like that. I don't remember. Let's see. Try not to burn through some tubing. Not quite sure how thick the tubing is. I know how thick mine is, but this boom doesn't need to be super thick, so let's try it out. All right, that worked out about as planned. I'm gonna rotate you guys. We'll go ahead and leave the magic square on there. I kind of coped out my tubing. Where you guys at? I coped out my tubing there. So, just so I can bed in a little more weld there on the side of the tube instead of like right on the roll. I can kind of get off of it, and I feel like it'll share some of the stress on the side of the tube. Not that this is, you know, crazy. It doesn't have to be crazy strong, but I don't want it to fall apart while we're out there with glass bait. Take this big giant boom. I'm gonna have to fold it up even to get it in the tractor. I think I'm not positioned well. Yep, I'm gonna hit. So let's pull the pins. Spun back here a little ways. I guess those don't have to be in there. That'll make it a little more difficult to put in, because I have to pick the arms up. Yep, working by yourself is fun, they say. What do you want to work with? By myself. Right. Something that should be super simple turns into difficult. But I like that. It's a little bit offset to one side, not a big deal. Just because I needed to miss the mount for your uprights here, which they show you. It says weed wiping direction, and then this little blue arrow here, you line up that blue arrow with the blue line on your foam wiper, and I'll show you guys that. And then basically this is what you got. So even on the lower section on this tractor, you know, and it's not correct, that would easily wipe some pretty tall weeds and you could keep out of the grass. But I am going to lift it up. Like I said, I'm not going to use it on the back of the tractor much at all unless I'm in a big field that has very sparse weeds. I might use it on the back just to save from putting the loader on the tractor, but probably not. I'm probably going to run it on the front because I do like the idea of getting them before the tractor lays them down. Let's see, we take wipe weeds that way. There's a blue line. Let's show you guys. Blue line, arrow. You're installed. You're installed. Okay. So we'll want to install. Let's just push a couple of these on. Let's see, 2, 4, 1, 2, 3. Just trying to do the math and figure out if I want to put one more on or not. Because obviously these don't have blue lines on all the sides of the cap. So, say we probably start on the outside here. Big giant bag of hose clamps. Let's see, we need one top and bottom. So let's put one on first. How do you want to do that? How low do you want to go? That is the question. How about if we go about half? Snug. I'm not looking for crazy tight. Not right now. Let's see. I'm going to take one of these because we're going to be at the end. About half. Clamp bottom because you have to come up to it. Alright, well, here's what 15 foot looks like on the back of a MX 6000. It looks like I need to go down a little bit over there. I didn't end up pulling the tape measure out, just kind of gauged it. Everything else looks really good. My end one down there, I need to go down just a little bit. Now I need to decide what I'm going to do with my manifold. Like I said, I might just glue something to the top of that upright. Alright, well, I went ahead and leveled all my sponges. They're all about the same. That one does look a little off. I need to check that. I don't know why that looks off. We'll check it though. But what I did is I had a couple couplers and I had, this is schedule 40. That's 3/4 inch conduit. I only had a single toe nipple and that wasn't going to do what I wanted to do. And then what I did is I took this and I spun my 90, sideways. It was sticking out this way. And then, I don't know if you can see, but I took a grinder and I just very carefully kind of, beveled that to where it would marry up with the pipe nice and kind of give it a positive lock-in side to side. So then what I thought I would do is I would take some handy zip ties and do something like so to secure it. So in that way, when I pull this, the boom off of the receiver tube, everything will stay with it. Those all spun to the side, so kind of out of the way, and that's pretty positive. So now I can run my hose, and want to keep my hose nice and tight. I do need to go get another fitting for this. I need to run to the farm store here in town and see if they've got it, but this hose will kind of run like so. Alright, well, I've got it plumbed. Worked out pretty good, I think. Everything has to be the same length. I know I keep saying that and saying that and saying that, but it is important. I think I need one more zip tie there. But I figured I'd color code my zip ties, or color match, I guess. I put red zip ties on it. It did come with some black ones, but anyways, I just wanted to show you how I did it. I've got my coils of my extra. Obviously, there's more on that side because it's the shorter side. But I made it to where when it comes out here, that's a little past, I've got extra, but I wanted to be able to, sorry, I stopped. I guess that's a private jet. I had a B-52 bomber fly over my house a little bit ago, or actually twice, but I got it on film once. The first time I was kind of shocked and I wasn't really ready. Anyways, but there's that one. The pin will go in just one-handed, and I wanted to make it to where when I folded this up to put it on the truck, I didn't want the lines to pop or stretch or anything like that. And then it just so happens that you have enough to cut one more extra and then a little bit extra besides that. There's my little extra piece, but that's actually a full-length piece. So now I can roll that up and put it on the shelf. So it definitely comes with enough line. If you're like me and you're going to manually push this, make sure you put the arrows the right way. When I put it together, it was on the back of the tractor and I made the arrows go that way. Well, when I put it on the front of the machine and I go that way, I'd be wiping the wrong way. So I had to loosen all my clamps, take all my sponges off, spin them, put them back together. So here we are. So make sure you're going the right way. But anyways, that'll work out pretty good. The only thing I thought about doing, and I do like the fact these are little quick disconnects, I might move these lines to the backside, because obviously if we're, let's pull it out. Obviously if we're pushing this through a bunch of vegetation, the lines might be getting hit there. So I think I'm going to pull those, but you know, with quick disconnect, it's pretty easy. Let's just show you. I can go up, see I've got a messed up line. I can replace it or fix it that quick. But I think I like it better. I might even zip tie the line on the back side of the frame there, just to give it that much more protection, but I really don't think it needs that. And then I did away with my cam lock. I thought, you know what, I've got a quick disconnect up here. I can just disconnect the sprayer. I can put a cap on that. I still need to figure out what I'm going to do for my gun, for my reel, or well, not, I don't have a reel. I literally have a length of hose that I wrap around. It's 35, 50 feet something. Quick disconnects to there. I probably need to go ahead and hook that up, because while I'm out with this, what I think I might do is I might go ahead and spray, while I mix glyphosate. I have to mix this a lot stronger than what you normally do. Normally you're doing, 2.5 to 5 ounces a gallon. Not with this. I'll have to look up the spec. I don't want to be wrong, so I'll put it in the description. But I do not want to be off on that. So I'll look up spec again. I don't remember what it is, but it's a lot stronger than what you do spraying it out, because obviously you're just putting a little bit of material on. Anyway, so there's my plumbing. I think the manifold thing worked out pretty good. It can't slide up and down. I don't know if it would come up even if I didn't have that coupler. But that's tight. I mean, it's shaking the boom, shaking the machine. Anyways, but I think this will work out pretty good. This way, I can literally pull it out of the receiver hitch. I can slide it right into my shipping container. I don't even have to fold it up if I don't want to. Anyways, I think it'll work good. So I guess watch out for the video of this actually wiping a bunch of Johnson grass. All right, see ya.